You won't want to answer your phone until you've heard about this scam designed to rob you of your money, and in some cases, your life savings. This latest money-making scheme is built on scamming some of the most vulnerable members of our society, the elderly. Scammers call informing the victim they have won a large amount of money through a lottery sweepstakes. But in order for the victims to collect, they must first send the scammer an amount of money for fees or taxes in the amount of $1,000. The scammers instructed the victims to get the money from their bank, respond to a drugstore, and obtain two $500 Green Dot Money Pack prepaid cards. Once the cards were purchased, the victims were to respond to their home and wait for the delivery of the winning sweepstakes. However, our investigation revealed each Green Dot Money Pack card has a 14-digit number on the back. Once the victim buys the Green Dot card, the suspect tells them to read the 14-digit number. Once the number is obtained, the funds can be transferred from the card. Listen now as the sophisticated network of criminals attempt to persuade the victim to give them the 14-digit code from the card. And when the victim expresses doubt, these criminals try to convince them they are legitimate and even pass themselves off as calling from the IRS.
Hello?
Yes, hello, Mr. Joseph?
Yes?
All right, this is Christine Brown. I am with the IRS department, and the IRS is here, and they need all the numbers. We're going to show and come back.
I'm sorry, did you say you were with the IR what?
With the IRS, and the IRS is standing right beside me now, needing all the 40 numbers.
You know, I've had a bad feeling, and like a friend of mine told me, he said, give them these numbers, because I went and got the money, and then just give them everything except the last three. When you come in, you can get the last three numbers.
All right, listen. I am telling you that you're going to receive your money. All right, I swear to God you're going to receive your money, and you're going to see, all right?
I don't know you. I just know you're a person on the phone that you sound really nice, but listen, a friend of mine told me that I should do this.
Hello?
Yes.
Hello? Yes, Mr. Joseph, this is the IRS man, all right?
Yes.
Right, and I am here with the lady, and this is on the open up. She's telling the truth. Your money.
I understand, but a friend of mine told me. Now, you're supposed to tell me you're coming over here.
This special investigation revealed, however, that the phone number used by the scammers who claimed to be with the IRS was from the area code 876, an area code located in Jamaica, not even in the United States. As it becomes apparent to the scammer that the victim is not going to give them all the numbers they need to obtain the money, they rethink their strategy and switch tactics. Let's listen as the scammer puts another individual on the phone as they try to now convince the victim they are a representative with their bank.
Hello?
Hello?
Yes, this is, Mr. Mark. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing fine, Mr. Mark.
Okay,
are you with my bank also?
No, I was just transferred over from the department. I am a chairman here, and I
chairman at what?
At the credit card company.
What credit card company?
The credit union.
The credit union?
Yes, and I guess we had an information from you, and I guess there is some funds for $2.5 million.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be able to deliver to you within in a couple minutes. Okay.
All right, have Christine call me back, and I'm gonna give them the numbers. Okay.
All right, sir. Thank you.
As you just heard from the audio recording, these scammers are relentless, often targeting the elderly. They will continue to call numerous times and will change tactics to get their money. Initially, acting as your friend, their tone and demeanor often turn to pressure and making threats. Phone scams are an increasingly common way for scammers to defraud you. Without the ability to facially recognize the caller, you don't know who really is on the other end of the line. If you don't know or recognize the person or the organization, you should ask questions. If you are unsure who is calling, ask for identification. Ask for written information about the charity or organization, such as the name, address, and telephone number. Do not be afraid to hang up if you are not comfortable with the solicitation. Be wary if the person refuses to give the information requested. Be cautious of appeals that tug your heartstrings, especially involving patriotism, natural disasters, or current events. Watch for similar sounding names. Be wary of copycat organizations. Refuse high-pressure appeals. Remember, legitimate fundraisers will not push you to give on the spot. You should never open your checkbook or wire money to anyone without getting all the facts first. Because once you send that money, you will likely never see it again. Call the charity. Find out if the organization is aware of the solicitation and has authorized the use of its name. Check local recipients. If a charity tells you that dollars will support a local organization, such as a fire department, police department, or a hospital, call the organization to verify the claim. Check out the charity websites and with organizations that evaluate charities: Better Business Bureau, Wise Giving Alliance, Give.org, American Institute of Philanthropy, CharityWatch.org. For many organizations, financial information may be found online at GuideStar.org or CharityNavigator.org. Sometimes even face-to-face encounters with individuals can be deceptive and lead to fraud. Just as you should always do your homework before you give money to someone over the phone, you should do the same with individuals in person as well. A friendly face cannot always be trusted. Unfortunately, a common type of this incident is home improvement fraud. The Department of Justice receives hundreds of complaints each year of scam contractors defrauding homeowners. Remember to check before you contract. Know what work you want to have completed. Make a specific list. This will allow you to easily negotiate with various contractors. Know what permits are needed. Even though a qualified contractor should be aware of necessary permits and inspections, you should know them too. Check with your local building and codes office before beginning a project. Additionally, determine whether the contractor has the proper insurance. Shop around. Meet with multiple contractors. Get quoted prices for the work you want done and compare. Get references and check them. Ask friends and neighbors which contractors they use for home improvement projects and whether or not they were satisfied with the results. Ask the contractor for references and speak to former customers. Get a timeline. Find out the proposed timeline for when each contractor can start and finish the project. Never pay the full price up front. Establish a payment schedule and stick to it. This may include an initial down payment and subsequent incremental payments until work is completed. Put it in writing. The contractor should provide a written contract for home improvement work. The contract should include a timeline for work to be completed, a payment schedule, and as many specifics as possible about the project, such as types or brands of materials. Do not be induced into signing a contract by high-pressure sales antics. One of the most present and dangerous types of fraud being committed today and every day is identity theft. Identity theft is one of the fastest growing areas of consumer crime in the country and one of the most difficult to resolve once it takes place. Increasingly, consumers are fighting a war waged against them by scammers who will seize any opportunity to take consumers for everything they can. Reported cases from all over the United States are increasingly daily, and Delaware is not immune from the rising number of people who are becoming victims of identity theft. So, what exactly is identity theft? Identity theft is the use of one person's identifying information without that person's consent, and with the intent to commit a crime. Any type of identifying information can be used to steal a person's identity. Possible sources range from your Social Security number or birth date to your bank account numbers or credit card numbers and a wide variety in between. So how does identity theft happen? There are many and multiple ways in which a scammer or thief can steal your identity. Stolen records from your home or business, hacking into your computer, skimming ATM machines, fakers or pretexters on the phone, rummaging through the trash, or as it's more commonly referred to, dumpster diving. Stolen mail, stolen wallet or purse, lottery, and other scams. Any one of these methods is employed daily in an attempt to steal someone's identity. So how do scammers use this information once they have it? There are a number of ways in which your stolen identity may be used. Scammers may use your information to open a new credit card, get a wireless phone, open a bank account and write bad checks, counterfeit checks and drain the funds from your account, get a car loan in your name, get a driver's license in your name, impersonate you when arrested for a crime, then when the thief fails to appear in court, a warrant may be issued for your arrest. As you can see, once you become a victim of identity theft, the ramifications can be life-changing, not only due to the monetary loss you suffer, but also the emotional strain and stress you endure as a result. Identity theft can literally wreak havoc on your life. So how do you prevent becoming a victim? Protecting your personal information is the key to preventing identity theft. Guard your financial information. Never give out your Social Security number, credit card numbers, bank account numbers, or any other personal or financial information to anyone you don't know. And guard all your receipts, especially if they reflect your financial account numbers. Deal only with reputable and trusted individuals, organizations, and businesses. Avoid dealing with businesses you don't know, especially when their offers come to you by email or through telephone calls from people you don't know. No matter how good the deal may sound, be careful. Identity thieves often pitch great deals to make sure they can lure their victims in quickly. Check your credit report often. Evidence of identity theft often shows up before the victim even realizes what has happened. Criminals often attempt to get credit under other people's names or Social Security numbers, and these attempts will show up on credit bureau reports. Trust your instincts and use common sense. If you feel uncomfortable about doing business with someone or feel pressure to give up your confidential information, walk away. It is much better to take the time to think through an offer and to do more research than it is to hand over your confidential, personal, or financial information to a criminal. Legitimate businesses want your repeat business and will gladly give you time to do your homework first. Additional tools to help ensure yourself against identity thieves include shredding documents containing private information, including pre-screened credit offers. In fact, you may call 1-888-5-OPT-OUT to stop credit offers. Carry minimal credit cards, only ones you intend to use. Use unusual passwords with symbols. Avoid using birth dates or commonly known passwords. Leave your Social Security and Medicare cards at home. By using these tools in everyday life, you'll be making it much more difficult for scammers and identity thieves to steal your information. However, thieves and scammers are finding new ways every day to steal your information. If you are a victim or suspect identity theft, taking quick action is important. Following these next steps is crucial to minimizing the damage an identity thief can do to your life. The first step you need to take is to report the fraud to your local police department. This step is important for two reasons. First, it immediately alerts local law enforcement to the crime. Second, it establishes that you acted diligently, enables you to get a police report, complaint number, or other similar record, which you may need when contacting some of your creditors. If you are not sure which law enforcement agency to contact, please call the Attorney General's Consumer Protection Unit at 800-220-5424. The Consumer Protection Unit can help you get in touch with the proper police agency and can answer any other identity theft questions you may have. Because identity thieves often attempt to obtain credit under your identity, it is important to promptly contact the 3 major credit bureaus to report the fraud. Ask each credit bureau to take a report and to place a fraud alert on your credit report. Also, ask each credit bureau to send a copy of your credit report so you can determine the extent of any unlawful credit activity that may have taken place using your identity. If you already have a police report, file number, or complaint number from your local law enforcement agency, you should give that information to the 3 major credit bureaus as well in order to help them investigate any disputed accounts or other reports of fraud. You will have to lift the freeze using a personal identification number when you apply for credit. The service is free for victims of identity theft. Request a security freeze in writing from each credit reporting bureau. Locate all your credit cards, your banks, and other creditor information, such as utilities, cable, and contact their fraud departments. Report the fraud to each creditor, even if your account with that creditor has not been directly affected by the identity theft, to ensure each creditor is aware of the potential of a crime taking place. Ask each creditor to place a fraud alert on your account. If there are charges on your accounts that are illegal, most creditors will also ask you to submit a written report of the fraud along with a police report or a police complaint number or file number. If you need help with any of these steps, you may contact the Attorney General's Consumer Protection Unit at 800-220-5424 to request the Attorney General's Identity Theft Victim Kit. This kit contains everything you need to promptly report identity theft and also includes an identity theft affidavit, which you may use to submit your theft reports to your creditors. The Federal Trade Commission maintains a confidential national identity theft database and may also be able to assist in pursuing identity thieves through federal channels. The FTC may be reached at 877-438-4338.